Good evening, campers, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. I'm Commander Exorcist. It has been a very busy weekend for Elite Dangerous with PitCon going on. The last time that PitCon happened, we got a trailer that showed a teaser for the Spire sites and for the Banshees. So this year, we got something equally special. So we got the image that you're seeing on your screen. This image was shared by Frontier, and it shows a new ship. So it's the new teaser for the next ship in the line of ships they're releasing this year into the game. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. We're going to go over the image. The image you're seeing on your screen has been enhanced. I run it through Lightroom and run up the exposure and the whites and did a little bit of messing with it. There's another image I'm going to show that's even more enhanced, but the more that you mess with it, it just loses its quality. And really the intention is not to make it look nice, but is to make it look clearer. So to try to get rid of some of the fog and the smoke effects that they use to shield us from the ship. So let's talk real quick. Not going to make a long one on this one, but just kind of want to do the same thing I did with the Corsair reveal, that image, and talk about kind of what I'm seeing here. And this is a pretty big ship. And I think that Frontier had even mentioned that they had kind of rounded out the medium class ships. So we're due for a larger ship. Now, there's a lot of buzz at the moment, and pretty much there's buzz anytime something new or a new ship is potentially revealed, or they say, hey, there's a new ship coming about the Panther Clipper. Now, if you're new to Elite Dangerous or you're not familiar with the idea of the Panther Clipper, it is a large hauling vessel that appeared in Frontier Elite 2. And there's a lot of lore behind that ship, and there's a lot of people that really appreciate that ship for its massive cargo hauling capabilities. And it makes sense that in the era of Trailblazers that they would want to put something like this into the game. So, whether this is a Panther Clipper or not, we really need something that hauls a huge amount of cargo. And my guess, based on the appearance of this, it really just looks industrial. Like, this just looks like it just is bleeding that heavy industry feel to it. Now, the Panther Clipper was actually mentioned by David Braben way back in 2014, where he very specifically said in a forum post that it is coming. And it was also included in some Horizons promo shots. And you can see in this shot right here, in a Horizon, this is like, around the time that Horizons was coming out, and they were kind of advertising what the planetary surfaces and the installations would look like. This is the Panther Clipper promo shot. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And it is a very large ship. And so there's a couple of different designs floating around out there. Note that there has never been an official design released by Frontier for the Panther Clipper in Elite Dangerous. Everything that is out there right now has been obtained via terms of service violations by data mining. That is a huge no-no, and I won't publish that kind of stuff here on my channel. So, but that is what we know about the Panther Clipper. Any kind of designs and ideas that there is about that ship in Elite Dangerous comes from data mining. Then what we know about it in Frontier Elite 2. So what do we got here? So those are some huge collections of engines, and it's kind of what it looks like. It looks like a cluster of about 4 different engines and on a swivel. And the problem, and I'm going to pull up real quick. So this is the image that Frontier showed. Like I said, I ran it through Lightroom, and then I enhanced it a little bit more to bring out the contrast. Now, if you'll look, but you can see kind of the same setup in the very back with, looks like 4 engines on a swivel of some kind on a hinge. But I can't understand what that arm is between them. It looks almost like a ramp of some kind, but it doesn't make sense because obviously the body of the ship is in front of us, I guess. So it's an interesting design. One potential could be maybe that's a different set of engines off to the side. I don't know, but what I gather from the design here is we're looking at 2 sets of 4 engines on each side with some kind of arm between them on a hinge connected to a central body that we're seeing on the far left here above the Scorpion. So it looks really nice. I like the design from what I can see. Is it going to be the Panther Clipper? Do we know for sure? No, we don't. And everybody's hyped, and I'm hyped anyway for a new ship. I hope that it's, I kind of hope that it is. It would be really something to put the cries for the Panther Clipper to rest after all these years of being promised and then not delivered, to have Frontier actually put that into the game. So we'll have to wait and see. So Frontier released this image at PitCon today, and then they updated it on their social media, and they promised that they will give us more information at Frontier Unlocked later this week, and that is when I will cover it more. But for now, we're just going to have to speculate. It could be the Panther Clipper XL Mark II, even though we never got a Mark I in Elite Dangerous. Maybe they can just take and go off of what is from Frontier Elite 2 and just call it the Mark II. Or who knows, it may not even be a Panther Clipper. It could be something completely different, and the cries and the pleading for that ship will go on forever. Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out for this quick update. I'm Commander Exorcist. Take care, fly safe, and I'll see you out there.